social piece is actually a good piece. The digital transformation that's happening is actually a good piece. I disagree with some of the previous presenters saying, oh my God, this is bad, and we're kind of moving away into a world where we lose personalization, etc. I will show you with data that is not the case, and my 20 minutes out here is to hopefully influence my HR peers out here, saying that we have a chance as a community to influence how to embrace this within our organization. Your businesses are doing it. Your CMO, your CEO, your product officer is scratching his head as to how to compete with what's happening in the marketplace. They expect you and all of us as the HR community to kind of take it within the organization. So what this is just a staggering number, which is actually a couple of months old. 1 billion people accessing Facebook, and I'm not even added Google+, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., on the mobile device. Guess what? 40 minutes of every day they spend is on Facebook. And by the time they spend 2 or 3 hours on the internet, 40 minutes of that is on Facebook. So that tells you that if you believe that your employees are not spending time on Facebook or on a social platform, sharing, collaborating, and talking on a regular basis during work hours, you're totally wrong. And that's something that we need to factor in. Now, I want to give you a comparison between Facebook in the United States and Facebook in India. Let me show you India. We have 100 million, more than 100 million users in India, right? That is, and 37 million people come in daily. And pretty much 54% of the internet users, or the internet users about 140 million in India today, and that 100 million of them are on a social platform. If I told you that more than 90% of your workforce is spending enormous amounts of time on a platform where you could actually harness that and use that communication platform to kind of rev your organization, would you say yes or no? Most of you would say yes. But the moment I say it's Facebook, they say, no, that's a waste of time. You shouldn't do that. And you'll give me 10 excuses why you would not want to bring a social platform into the organization. And that is both the biggest opportunity and the biggest disappointment worldwide of the HR community, me included, not understanding how we can kind of use this as a tool within the org. It's important because these are your future employees who are absolutely clued and digitally DNA'd into using this device, being social, connecting, sharing, and exchanging views and thought, and having a two-way dialogue on a daily basis. We have allowed ourselves, as the HR community, to be totally hijacked by IT and by everybody else telling us what to do, and we are focusing on something called employee engagement and hiring a bunch of people. Now, that topic of employee engagement, hiring people, policies, anything, learning, etc., is table stakes. What the future HR professional really needs to do is to own communication, own the way work gets done, own effectiveness of the leadership in the company, and basically own the internal brand to a point that you start to think about technology. So how do we reimagine HR? So it's the three pillars that I believe. Think of digital, think of mobile, think of social. So my only point out here is that it's here to stay, folks. It's not going away. We have to own that conversation, and I will share with you how. A quick 5 minutes, this is my favorite part of the slide. How did the whole creation of the social space come across? Let's look at it. Technology operating on two axes. Let's focus on the move things and make things, focus on the move things, look at atoms and bits. Are you enabling a real-time access to your employees? Are you enabling a two-way dialogue so that basically your employees feel that there is somebody who's hearing them? So every single aspect of our business is being changed by the access and availability of information. Now, you as HR leaders, you got to think about it and say, how am I actually harnessing this? Let's look at that. So this is we're born into an age where atoms move faster than bits, and we're living in just the opposite. This is my belief that we as a generation, in this generation, we're going to hack this gap with social agreements. We are seeing an explosion of self-expression. When I first put this slide up, people are like, yeah, people want to post their cat photos. That's not the point. The point is because people are self-expressing themselves, they're getting value in that expression, and they're making better life decisions. Now, when you are seeing explosion in self-expression, why does this matter to our function? Simple logic. If things are better in a socially connected world, why should they be any different in the workplace? The Arab Springs, it threw out a bunch of dictators, got in hopefully some amount of democracy in that part of the world. Most of what the social space has done for the community, for politics, for country, for societies have been good. So why can't it be good for us within the org? Why do we say yes to the CIO who says, oh, privacy issue, this guy, if I allow Facebook, he's going to actually post something and it's going to get bad. You want to go and tell your CIO saying, solve the privacy issue and not the communication issue. I own the communication for the company. So I'm going to just focus on what do we do at Facebook to enable social and what has it resulted in. So I'm not giving you any research-based number. I'm not giving you what could happen in the future. I'm just telling you what's happening in my org today and what you can learn, take away from that. So let's look at what we fundamentally try and do. Basically, the moment you enable social, which in simple terms is get social communication within the organization, call it through Facebook, through Jive, through Yammer, I'm sure through SAP, which is coming up with something new, or with Salesforce and Chatter. The number one thing is that problem solving turns upside down because people are connecting with each other. Once people are connecting with each other, what happens to this guy? The manager, as we know it, is dead in the form that we have looked at it. Why? The manager was basically the entire repository of information. He would allocate work, and she would basically say what the team needs to do, and she had a lot of power. Once you enable social communications within the org, that is completely gone. Your manager's focus today, to a large extent, is about how do I develop my team. I don't have information power anymore. We are 6,800 employees. That's it, 6,800 employees. We are really focused on keeping it lean because we understand how to harness social technologies within the org. It is the single biggest and the easiest argument you can make to your CIO or to your CEO or whoever is controlling the budget and saying, let's get this working. Look at what we do from a benefit standpoint. Just by social, by allowing this two-way dialogue, we make sure that our entire benefits platform is up for debate, is up for questions, is asking our employees worldwide to ask them to tell us what's working and what's not. Right? Most of us are about policing stuff. We don't want to have policing stuff in this kind of an economy. You're going to find, hopefully, if you will find the guy who's selling your stuff on eBay and fire the guy. That's maybe 1%. We're not going to manage for that 1%. We're going to manage for this 99% amazing employees who just love the fact that they have absolutely no bureaucracy in accessing the IT information that they need. Just start to look at what you can do. Own your people strategy, own the social by design strategy. You own social. HR leadership owns the whole social communication. You own employee communication. You own how work gets done, which is the new role of the manager. What does the manager need to do in a digitally connected, scary world? Right? You own your brand, talent, and learning and growth. It's actually a great thing. It's a scary thing because many of us have made it scary. It's not. It's a simple thing that you start with being bold. Thank you.